The All Progressive Congress APC don hold one talk session with Tori people for the state party secretariat to officially answer questions wey dey come up from the wahala wey shele on July 18, 2024. The director of media, Edo APC Governorship Campaign Council CP Adegboye, wey talk on behalf of the party, talk say the party chairman don write petition go give the Inspector General of Police, federal government and other big people for government for the country. After they read the petition give Tori people, CP Adegboye come still answer some hot questions.
There have been so many reports out there from the government angle, government of Edo State, from the police angle, the Commissioner of Police, and quite a number of other commentators who were trying to twist the information and the authentic information out there. Since yesterday, quite a number of highly spirited people have spoken to us to maintain calm. But we want to start from the premise that as civilized Edo people who mean well for the people of Edo State, who want to pursue our legitimate aspirations to govern this state, it will not be in our character to take up arms against our own people. We love Edo people, we appreciate them, we admire them, but we have a reign of tyrants as we speak, in person of the governor of the state, Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, who is very insensitive to the yearnings and aspirations of the people, who has spent better part of his tenure doing divide and rule, arming thugs in the name of public work volunteers and Edo security network to take up arms against our own people. Because as a governor, he's governor for his party and for the opposition parties, and also for people of the state who are not captured in any of the parties in terms of affiliations. As a governor, it is his responsibility as the chief security officer of the state to provide security to lives and properties of the people and ensure that there is a smooth interplay of forces in all our legitimate aspirations. But when you have a governor who has set up Edo security network, arming them in such a way that they now take up shooting at fellow Edo indigenes and citizens, it calls to question the morality behind power game. Now, we want to convey the point that there is no one who has monopoly of violence. The fact that members of APC yesterday remained calm and remained unprovoked despite the ambush that was visited on them, that despite the fact that we lost a gallant officer, Inspector Ako, who had remained with and worked with our governorship candidate for several years, is predicated on the fact that we have talked to our people that winning this election is going to be a smooth sail. We don't need to take up arms against anybody. Because the ultimate goal for our people is to see a smooth transition that will ease out this tyrannical government and succeed it with a more empathetic, passionate, humble governor with rich emotional intelligence who can connect with the people and build harmony and unity within the ranks and file of the citizenry. So, we are not going to take up arms against our own people. We have listened to narratives. I will thank the media for helping to authenticate the true perspective of the issues And what are the true perspectives? That our candidate came in yesterday. Of course, he flew in with the Deputy Governor of the state, Honorable Philip Shuaibu, and right at the exit of the airport, they fell into the hands of Governor Obaseki's killer squad called Public Works Volunteers. I have repeatedly said this time and time again. I've written in my articles that the public work volunteers have been receiving training at the Edo Hotel premises near the government house. And what they tend to do is to purchase for them power bike they will use on election day. They will be alternative to the police. And at the end of the day, visit mayhem of people in the name of rigging the election. But just like I said, that nobody has monopoly of violence. It is our duty to continue to expose them. But for the intervention of God, not man, our candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo, will have been killed yesterday if they could get his orderly, who came out to check what was the issue and trying to talk to our boys to run for cover. Who knows? He will have been gone. We have received intelligence more than 10 days ago that our candidate is a soft target because they see him coasting home to victory in September. And that the only way a desperado, the only way that a tyrant of a governor can have his way and get a successor, his anointed successor Godalo into office, is to pour blood and blood and blood. And we will resist using legitimate means by conveying our grave reservations to the appropriate authority, the authority of the Inspector General of Police, the authority of other security agencies, the Directorate of State Security, the Civil Defense, and every other security agencies to keep an eye on what is happening within the confines of government. We have listened to the very laborious statement of the State Commissioner of Police, and we say it is quite unfortunate. Yesterday, we have eyewitnesses' account. Our people, 4 of them, have documented statements with the state intelligence department. They have written statements detailing their eyewitness account, stating copiously that the State Commissioner of Police was right at the airport and there was information conveyed to him by 2 or 3 of our persons that we are hearing some unholy movements at the exit gate of the airport, and what the Commissioner of Police could do, rather than mobilize his men to arrest the situation before our candidate came out of the airport, he escaped through the entry gate of the airport, not the exit gate. That means he was quite aware of what was happening. He has spoken earlier to Philip Shuaibu, the Deputy Governor of the state, that asking him, where is your destination? Where are you going from the airport here? And that was, I've come to take my office as validly given to me by the Federal High Court, a consequential order, a declarative judgment, which simply means obey before complain, and that you shouldn't be asking where I'm going. You should provide for us security to go and assume my office. Each time the Commissioner of Police will take a step backward to make phone calls, ostensibly calling the powers that be in the state. So we are accusing him very strongly that it was quite unfortunate that a senior law enforcement officer of the magnitude of a Commissioner of Police could be informed of an impending breakdown of law and order, and he couldn't act. The only reason why we have policemen, police officers, and all of them existing in any state, local government, and area commands is because they are constitutionally empowered to maintain law and order. When a senior officer of that magnitude, of that ranking, as a Commissioner of Police, could not act when he was informed, only to escape through another route, then you know that by the time you add 1 + 1 together, we know what the answer is. So the Commissioner of Police was very complicit in what happened. We took the corpse of the man they shot dead, the officer they shot dead, Inspector Ako. We proceeded on a peaceful march to the State Police Command. The Commissioner of Police refused to come out to address us. We want to thank the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 5, who came to save the situation, spoke to us, spoke to our people to calm our afraidness, and assured us that the relevant authority, including police, DSA, and all of that, will take appropriate action, having conducted their investigation. And so, in furtherance of that, the state party, APC, state office, have written a petition to the Inspector General of Police, presenting to the Inspector General of Police and copying Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, the Senate President, the Speaker of the Federal House of Reps, and quite a number of others, the DSS, the Civil Defense, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister for Justice, explaining in copious details what transpired yesterday and what we want to be seen happening in order to create an atmosphere of tranquility in the build-up to the September 21st election. As typical of the government of the day in Edo State, when the incident happened, by 5:30 in the evening, the governor had escaped to Abuja. So that by the time they asked him questions, I was not in the state, but we saw him. We have our intel, we saw him at the airport where he was leaving by 5:30 yesterday. And we are told that he will have gone to the IG to go and tell stories that touch the heart, that he will go and turn and twist the whole logic of what happened yesterday. Secondly, and generously, we want to appreciate and condole with the family of Inspector Ako. May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Amen.
The candidate of the APC, Senator Okpebholo, had promised that he would take care of his children and wives, grant them scholarship from primary, secondary level up to university level, because he's an officer that he admires and appreciates so much. He had also gone around the hospitals in Benin, University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH, yesterday. 2 of our men are critically injured there, bullet wounds. He has also visited the military hospital, where one of our men is there. And he has promised to also write off the medical bills. We are praying that they survive, because some of them are under oxygen, and they are trying to survive. We pray, but we also implore all of you to help us to pray that they survive this unholy attack. And we're also using this medium to convey to Edo people to be vigilant. The mere fact that this incident happened, if it was not orchestrated by government, it means that there is a failure of government security in the state, there's failure of security from the police, there's failure of security from other security agencies. Because the whole business of government is provision of security to lives and property, and the state government has been taking 950 million every month, expended on so-called security. We didn't know that what they were doing is to arm their youths, the public works department, and so at the end of the month, they spent about 10, 11 billion naira on security that does not exist. We still have kidnapping in Edo State. We have all manners of armed robberies incidents. We have all manners of killings. And so it is not that we don't know the people who carry out these events. The petition written by the State Party Office, which was sent to the Inspector General of Police, the Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Attorney General, and all the other principal officers of government, captures in very clear details. And what we have written here is a case of murder of a serving police officer, Inspector Akko, attached to the APC gubernatorial candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and the vicious attack on innocent passers-by, thus inflicting serious bodily injuries and harm. So, we are by this press conference and as a party and as a campaign organization calling on the disbandment and banning of the Edo State Security Network, the Vigilante, and the public work volunteers, all of which are Governor Obaseki's killer squad, who unleashed this mayhem yesterday, July the 18th. Permit me to just read this petition. Copies will be given to you later, but let us have it on record that we read it to you. It was addressed to the Inspector General of Police. It is with heavy heart and serious reservations that the Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress bring to your attention the callous, merciless, and brutal murder of a serving police officer attached to the governorship candidate of our party in the September 2024 elections in Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo. We are sad to state that today, our candidate was on his way from Abuja in the same entourage with the State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Philip Shuaibu, who was reinstated to his position yesterday by the Federal High Court when, after they disengaged from the airport, a group of thugs armed with offensive weapons, to wit, guns, laid siege and attacked with firearm with the intent to kill our candidate, and in the process, shot sporadically and killed Inspector Akko while inflicting bullet wounds on about 4 of our men. Those who saw them have since written statements to the State Police Command, and they have given their eyewitness account. They have also mentioned names, and the following names are conveyed to the IG in our petition: Chief Francis Inegbeneki, Chief Odion Olaye, Mr. Austin Edosonwa, Mr. Adeyan Ukpowan, Mr. Kingsley Osagwe, Mr. Muntari of Power, Chief David Olukoga, Mr. Agedo, Mr. Osagbobo Yoha, I think he's the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Osaze Obaze, Odion Odige, Akere Odige, Mr. Noel Matthew, Mr. Enoje Luke, Mr. Ima Oroto, Mr. Osi Imojiri, Victor Obano, Small Baba, Osaro Clinton, Stevenson Oshodin, Festus Balogma, and Bright Agwebo. They were acting on the instructions of His Excellency while cover was offered by the Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, CP Funsho Adegboye. It is disheartening to observe that while the ruthless shootings were going on, the Edo State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Funsho Adegboye, was on ground at the Benin airport, and he did nothing to repel these vicious attacks, which led to death of one of his officers. And the reason we took the body to the police command was just to show them and to give them, even though we followed them to ensure that his body was kept in the morgue accordingly. As fate will have it, it was our candidate's police attaché that was killed. Our candidate and the deputy governor missed death by the whiskers. From eyewitness accounts, it is very clear that some of these hoodlums are members of the Edo Vigilante network who were fully naked in their uniforms. Indeed, it is very striking to observe that under the watchful eyes of the Edo State Commissioner of Police, one of his serving officers was killed without any iota of concern from him, indicative of the grand design by him in connivance with the state governor and the PDP candidate, Barrister Aswa Ighodalo. The Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, has willfully undermined the responsibility placed on him by law, that is, protection of lives and property within his jurisdiction, as he has become the puppet of the governor from whom he takes politically minded instructions. We have since accused the Commissioner of Police of being partisan, and a partisan officer of the law cannot be fair and objective to all concerned. As of today, Edo State is in a state of unassumable lawlessness, occasioned by the non-control of the sources of weapons being paraded by members of the Edo State Vigilante network, whom are recruited without any formal training. We therefore demand the immediate arrest and prosecution of the above-mentioned persons and their cohorts, so that justice will be seen to be done and to be served. We also demand the immediate sacking of the Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, because he has since become brazenly partisan in the discharge of his duties. Please, we expect a speedy attention to this petition, and this petition was signed by the State Party Chairman, Mr. Jared Tenebe, and we have copied the AIG Zone 5, Benin City. We have copied the National Security Advisor. We have copied the Chairman, Police Service Commission. We have copied the Edo State Commissioner of Police. We have copied the Department of State Service. We have copied the President. We've copied the Vice President. We have copied the National Headquarters of the Directorate of State Security. The point must be made that when you are caught in the act, it will be difficult for you to twist the narratives. We have listened to government house vuvuzelas who are trying to say that we were the one who orchestrated an attack. How do you orchestrate an attack on yourself to the extent that your own security will be killed by your own attackers? It doesn't fly in the face of logic. How do you, a man who got validly returned as a deputy governor, for example, Philip Shaibu, jubilating at the airport in the midst of his own supporters, how will he now be the one to orchestrate an attack to attack his own people? So when government speaks, you see clearly that they are complicit in the entire shenanigans and the entire scenario. It is not that we don't have the capacity to stand them, but we don't want to. We want to behave like civilized people, very exposed people. We don't want to behave like gangsters and tyrants who are occupying Dennis Osadebe's house. We have become all soft targets. I've been receiving threats to my life in the last two weeks. Quite a number of us here. Omojo has received. Ohuambua has been trailed and all that. But even when we tell the security apparatus in the field, we have lost confidence in the Commissioner of Police. We are prepared for these elections. Those who are not prepared, those who are afraid of their shadows, are the ones who are orchestrating all manners of violence. But I must say, nobody, I repeat, nobody has the monopoly of violence. The petition that we sent to IG is sack. When a public officer has fallen short of the conditionality of what makes him an officer of the law, He deserves to be shown the exit from police. He's a bad example of the Nigerian police force. And we cannot be telling somebody who has gone to the Institute of Strategic Study, NIPS, in Jos, who is carrying MNI, and the police commissioner, who must have put in years in service, to behave in this manner. You can't be at the airport premises, for God's sake, and you couldn't stop, a marauding crowd of thugs and militants dressed in Edo security network uniform. We have footages. We have volunteered to present these footages to the police command. But what faith do we have when even the command head here is complicit? So when you give them footages and all that, what faith do we have? You and I are not safe in this state as it is. So we're very clear with our petition. Largely what will happen will be predicated on what the law enforcement agencies are going to do. With respect to investigation and the names we have listed here, they should be arrested and questioned of their role, while they also look into the footages of our amateur videos, which were captured by people. That is one. Secondly, we are going to be appealing to Edo people that they should please come out en masse on September 21st to vote out this type of tyrannical government that is quarreling with everybody. You know it. The government is quarreling with the Oba of Benin. The Okpebholo, he had banned them. He had demolished houses of people. He is quarreling with judiciary. The judges that are supposed to be sworn in, he refused to swear them in. Even when he swore them in, he kept some in abeyance. He is propelling the NEJs, to go to court. Took Oba of Benin to court, an abominable act. He's trying to balkanize the Benin kingdom by creating other kingdoms within the several local governments of Edo South. These are clear indices of a government of divide and rule. And we are saying that Edo people are very peaceful, peace-loving people. Edo people are very enlightened, very civilized. Our people who are captured all over the countries in the world. There's nowhere, no country you go that you don't see Edo people doing well, coming first, and all of that. We don't want a government that is putting us in the news for the wrong reason, the wrongest of the reason every now and then. Why? Can't you bow to superior argument, market your manifesto, tell people what you want to do? Why do you have to be using iron hand to govern your own people? Why is it that even the members of his party, the PDP, they are in three factions? When he was in APC, it was trouble. He masterminded the removal of Adam Soshomole from national chairman. He masterminded the removal of former deputy governor Odubu from being appointed as chairman of NDDC. Victor Ekato, he masterminded them. Late Captain Osa, he frustrated his business and all of that. Why must a governor be promoting all the negative indices rather than helping to promote homogeneity of purpose, which Edo people are known for? We are saying, never again. This is too much for us to bear. And that is why we are calling on the Inspector General of Police, Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and all the relevant agencies to take action so that we do not resort to self-help. When we resort to self-help, it will be too difficult, too disastrous for Obaseki to manage.
Edo APC Chairman Emperor Jared Tinebe for in talk with our Tory person for in office, Konya said the party don't ready to use any legal means to make sure say they get justice for waiting don't happen. He come also took mat on the court judgment where bring back Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu to impost.
Well, we did very, very disappointed in Godwin Obaseki for what he do yesterday when he carried all those thugs led by Nebeneki and the Vigilante group led by Koga to come waylay our governorship candidate for airport as they come to try to kill him. And unfortunately, now the police, when they guide our candidate, now they come kill. Yesterday, when the thing happened, because the thing pain us, we had to carry the corpse to go and hand over to the commissioner of police. Because now the commissioner of police now set up, put for that ambush. Because now the commissioner of police now use the hand call, say, he they go receive deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, for airport. I asked him, I said, you get security and everything? He said, yes. Meanwhile, he no come with any single security. And now when even the commissioner of police come, they make call self, now the talks come even start to the unleash the mayhem when they come kill a fellow police person. And when we carry the corpse reach commissioner of police office, we say he don't call the AIG come because the people of the state don't lose confidence in them as commissioner of police. Now AIG when they for this zone, now call they act as even commissioner of police now because the commissioner of police don't fail. And we know all the people when do that thing for airport yesterday, and we don't also send their names, go give the same police, say may they arrest them, because why we say may they arrest them, I say if those people dey for town, they no arrest them, and we know say these people na they keep police. If he cause another wahala, and then make where we say such people like Francine Beneki, Koga, or Steve Boot, and the rest of it are not supposed to be outside now. Because if they dey outside, all of us dey for this same Benin, I no sure say the Benin go contain us. Because nobody get monopoly of power and violence. Everybody get it two hands and everybody get it two legs. Everybody get his bad finger, everybody get them. So we no go fold our hands make we see say people they do that kind of thing to the level of say they call keep police when they suppose they guide our governorship candidate. Because if somebody they guide you, they can't shoot them, that person kill them. Now be saying now you they aim to kill. It's just that the police they gallant now use the chest can't collect that thing we're supposed to go to our candidate. God forbid bad thing. So we don't already tell police say may they arrest them, because if they no arrest those people, this Benin no contain us, because we no go come out until they arrest them. Because you know say I always they talk say there's no problem, we don't want problem, but if you bring problem, there's no problem. But now that they have brought problem, now make us come one sit down for the Benin say they have brought problem. When we feel that there's no problem, they have brought the problem, so there is problem now. So because there is problem now, we no go come out for the Benin again. So the best thing police to do now to arrest all those people when cause that thing. Well, we never hear say they arrest anybody, because if they arrest somebody like Inegbeneki, we go see them for breaking news. We never see say they arrest anybody. We will give police till maybe around evening. So if police no come do anything, then we go begin to do our vigilante too. Because yesterday I tell the AIG and the commissioner of police, I tell her say the security network when Obaseki set up don't suddenly turn to PDP police. Now that they have turned to PDP police, with the right application go give them, make they approve, so that make we form our own security network. Because if they no disband that network, we go form our own security network, so they go know what they call for. So because we not ready to dull at all, because we dey gallant, we know they find trouble, and we no like trouble. But if they bring trouble, we no go still run, just the way we no run yesterday. You see, court don grant judgment say Philip Shaibu is restored back as deputy governor of Edo State. They don't release the security to RAM. They don't release the official vehicles to RAM. And I'm sure say he don't reinstate his staffs. And I'm sure he will start acting as a deputy governor of Edo State. And you see, that kind of judgment, that they call a declarative judgment. And when they give declarative judgment, it is very, very clear for law. Because me, I read law. So me, I don't understand law well, because if you be saying that this one, I even make me start to study law. So that make I know what really they happen, where lawyers, they get confident. Because when they give declarative judgment, the interpretation in a layman, this thing is like, obey before complain. Now I mean, because if they want a mere notice of appeal, no fee stay that judgment. the only way you fit get a restraining order on that judgment, that person must go to that court when they forgive that judgment, and that court, you get to file an order for the court to grant a stay of that judgment. And for a judge to grant a stay of that judgment, he go consider two things. He go look at this appeal when they say make her stay, so he go even succeed at the end of the day. If the judge fit say he no go succeed, he no go grant am. Secondly, the judge go also look at whether these people wey wan make dem stay this judgment now, e no go dey injurious to the person wey get this judgment. And don't forget, this judgment wey dem give Philip Shaibu, so he say make dem restore all his security details. So as long as security matter don dey there is no way a judge will grant it, because the judge go feel say, if I stay this judgment now, they go withdraw the security, this thing wey they don already give to this person, and e go make am dey vulnerable, dem fit attack am. And based on what even happen yesterday, when they never even stay the judgment, they don attack am for airport, kill police wey dey follow them. So there is no judge in this land wey go even grant am. And moreover, court don dey holiday, they are on recess. So the judgment has to be obeyed before any other person complain. So as we stand today, the deputy governor of Edo State is Comrade Philip Shaibu. That other person, when they say na be deputy governor, so if they see am with official vehicle of this thing now, they go hold am and they go charge am for treasonable felony.
The party come also received the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, for one solidarity visit. Make una not forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojesele, TMC TV News.